over a week now. I've been busy running from town to town in the surrounding area, trying to help the guards calm down the townspeople and to avoid large-scale creation of unwanteds. Since the star disappeared and the queens have yet to speak on it, paranoia has been growing. I suggest to you, Eridan, to be more wary of who you sell to and what you sell. And to you, my old friend, Natriana, be careful about going about on your collecting expeditions. The woods have grown more dangerous in the past week. I come across a maple drows strung by his feet and bruised while traveling. He had lost consciousness and looked to have been left to hang there for a little over a day. It's a miracle he's not dead. After I cut him down, he told me about a group of hunters who attacked him wearing ivy crowns and calling him an Init. Even though his kind are only loosely related to the Autumn Ring. His case is an outlier, Natriana. Just one of the many around the area. He's only an outlier in the fact he survived. So please be careful. A dark-skinned fairy with bone wings paused in his letter, gripping the quill a little tighter, wondering if he should add more, if it needed to be longer, if it would convince his stubborn friend. It was his 7th draft today. Cal shifted on the looming tree stump as he was resting on it, and he reread his latest draft. Surely Iridan would be able to talk some sense into her if she tried to go alone, right? He asked the only other creature near him, a rotting corpse of a rat that had nearly been picked clean by birds and worms. It didn't say anything, of course, but the silence gave Cal an answer that made him hang his head and groan as he crumbled up the latest draft. I believe I need a break from this. Maybe by the time I get to town, I'll have something better. Cal picked up the skull of the rat and cleaned it of its remaining molding meat. And maybe you'll give me something better in fortune for the next town, little friend. Only the seasons know what mess has grown there. He exasperatedly grumbled, placing the skull amongst his collection in a leather bag on his side. Cal jumped down to the ground from his spot and headed off on his way to the town of Fid. Fid was a bustling with people lining its street stalls, fighting over goods like a pack of starving link dogs over discarded pig bone. Cal looked at the store runners in disgust for taking advantage and feeding people's paranoia. This problem will need to be added to his reading for the town's head. It was unethical to tack things onto what Bones said. Maybe. It depends on who you asked. But as of recently, he felt it's been needed to be done in order to help guide the heads of town to actually do something to mitigate the effects of the entities on people peacefully, instead of sending the guard to get rid of growing unwanteds. He approached the seamless white and gold marbled building near the center of town and knocked 3 times upon the dark wooden door. A latch clicked and the door opened for him to enter upon a crystal staircase leading upwards to this young satyr, dressed in flowing green uniform reminiscent of a field of wild grass.
This way, young bone lad. Her 24th Lady Tiffany of the Queen Moss, Queen of the Rain, is awaiting you in her 2nd study.
The satyr said, motioning with a slight bow and an unstretched hand towards the stairs. Cal joined the satyr on the stairs and followed their lead upwards. Tell me, Aspa, has the town been like this for long? Cal inquired as they made their way up the stairs.
Like what, bone lad?
Asper replied, still in a professional tone. Cal did his best not to roll his eyes. For starters, you don't need to call me Bone Lad, Asp. You've known me for your entire life, and I've known you forever. It's all right to call me Cal. Secondly, I'm referring to the mob of people out there tearing each other apart for a singular honeystone. Cal replied in a hushed tone.
Well, I'm sure the lady would have much more to say on it. In my experience, it's been like that for a solid 4 days.
Asper said as they turned a corner to stop at a hunter green door with golden inlays. Without another word, the door was opened from the inside to reveal a tan, older humanoid woman with brown hair that had streaks of white and black strawn that was all kept up in an intricate braided bun that resembled a rose. She was dressed in a green and pink robe as she sat at her desk, observing her visitor with her golden feline eyes.
Took you long enough to reach my domain, Bone Lad. Have your bones spoken yet, or do I get to witness them today?
Tiffany inquired, leaning forward and resting her chin on her hands with a grin. Depends if you wish to see them speak, my lady, Cal said as he began to set up the ritual. Tiffany stood up from her desk to join Cal near the ritual circle he had just finished drawing with a piece of charcoal.
You know I always do,
She replied, smiling. My lady should keep in mind that this is not for your entertainment. This is for a serious matter, and I feel it would be respectful to reflect that tone, Cal said, etching the rat's skull a rune of communication and future. Tiffany's smile shrunk back to a stoic look.
Of course.
She replied, sitting across from Cal. As she did, Cal casted a lit match into a gathered cluster of wood, sage, and a clear quartz. As the flames began to grow, he tossed in the rat's skull and muttered some discordant words that twisted the smoke to weaving patterns around the skull, until the last word, which pulled the strands of smoke to break the skull. Cal waved away the smoke as he leaned forward with a now glowing blue eyes to look over the cracked bones. His eyes widened, and he held himself steady at what he saw.
What? What do they say?
Tiffany pressed. They... They say to quell the fear, the trading birds must trade equal straws. Cal stammered, still holding an intense stare with the skull. Lady Tiffany hummed with thoughtful consideration of the bones' words. Well, I hope that helps with your problem. I must be off now, Cal said quickly, gathering his items and swiping away his ritual circle.
Oh, yes. That was quite helpful. Thank you for your services, Bone Lad. Your reward will be...
Tiffany was cut off by Cal racing off towards the door. Yes, you're welcome. I really need to get going. Please just have it sent to my residence. If you ever need my services again, sing at me, I'll make my way over as quickly as possible, he rambled as he ran out. Cal ran out of the house and kept running till he reached a stump outside of town, where he broke off more of the rat's corpse and to set up the ritual once again. Tell me more. What did you mean by a magpie in the sand is stalked? You can't just leave me on that, little friend. Please tell me more if you can. Cal pleaded with the dead rat, tossing the bones before muttering the incantation once again. The bones crackled and his eyes glowed as he read what they said. Avoid the deceitful sands, they cover the truth. He groaned, covering his face and leaning backwards against a stone. It was always the most dangerous of fortunes that were the most cryptic. Cal lowered his hands and stared at the sky. Felt a raindrop prick his face, and the air quickly turned more humid and thick. Looks like Moss is on the throne again, he thought as he gathered his items once more before the rain came down. Just as he was about to pack away the rat skull, he paused and looked over again with consideration. Maybe you were right earlier, little friend. I should have warned Eridan and Triana in person, Cal said as he stood up and put the rat skull in his pocket. There was only really one family of magpies he could think of that would be in danger at this time. Cal could only pray to the seasons that none of them were in the desert.
The ambient sounds in this episode are thanks to Sirenscape. Be sure to check them out at sirenscape.com. Thank you for listening!